She was our librarian. Mr. Kuchta was our science teacher, and I was for, I guess, 7th and 8th grade in the camera club or the photography club, and we would take pictures for yearbook, but we learned how to develop black and white film in the lab there, and it was really a lot of fun. I mean, I probably would get myself into a lot of trouble trying to do it today, but I guess a lot of people still have, labs and well, on the professional side.
Well,
yes and no.
I have one. I still have a darkroom.
You do have a darkroom,
because
okay.
I don't think I could ever really get away from the darkroom totally. I just like to have it. But in the last 9-10 years, I've used it maybe 3 times professionally.
Oh, wow.
I just use it, for my own personal use every now and then, because there's something about getting in it. And it still fascinates me watching that image come up in the developer.
Sure, sure.
It's really hands-on.
You're dipping it between the trays and the chemicals.
Yeah, all that, and the smell of the chemicals and and all that. And,
maybe that's why I volunteer too. No, just kidding.
And but now everything is done through a computer screen. It's not hands-on per se. You're doing everything with a mouse. You're not actually handling this stuff.
Right.
And it's not the same. Although, I mean, digital is wonderful. The things you can do with digital compared to with film photography. But film photography, I think, will be around forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, in your professional capacity now, is film the more of the choice, less of the choice? I mean, obviously with digital camera, people like, to have it on their little memory stick. They like to have the transportability of it, the saving of it. But how many people still like film? I like film,
a lot of people like film, but professionally, it's totally client-driven. They want a digital image on a CD that's already digitized, because everything otherwise it has to be scanned. And so this way they have it that way. And I still use film once in a while for things that have... Film still has an advantage over digital as far as resolution, especially when you're shooting like 4x5 sheet film. And so things that have to be like for a billboard or for life-size booth graphics or things like that, that stuff I'll still shoot film and then scan it. You can get a very high-res scan out of that sort of thing. But otherwise, everything else, 95% of the work is digital today.
Now, the cameras today that still shoot film, are they more enhanced by the electronics and technology, or is it still a straightforward 35mm camera?
Well, they're all electronic now also, and they're very, very similar to the digital cameras. As a matter of fact, Canon and Nikon both have models that are, they look almost identical, except that one is digital, and Leica too. They make the Leica rangefinder camera in digital that looks just like the film camera. They're very, very similar, and you can still use, with certain ones, like for instance with Nikon, you can still use the Nikon lenses from the 50s and 60s on a modern digital camera, which is kind of great.